Vine was busy cooking in the kitchen when she heard Jungkook coming downstairs. She immediately stopped cooking and went to the living room and saw him leaving for the office. Jungkook waited. He stopped as soon as she asked and looked at her with a silent expression, as if questioning why. I was almost preparing the lunchbox for you. Please wait for a bit. It's fine. I'm getting late, he said as he was leaving. I specially cooked for you. I watched tail off when he completely left, disappearing from sight. She pouted sadly, staring at the way he had gone. His mom came over after hearing him. Did Jungkook leave again without taking lunch? She nodded sadly, still staring at the same spot. Don't worry too much. Mom, it took me 2 hours to cook for his favorite food. But pack it. I'll take it with me and give it to him during his lunchtime. Really? Did I ever joke with you? Hold on, I'll pack it in 2 minutes. She ran to the kitchen and came back with a lunchbox in her hands within 2 minutes, handing it to her mother. Is Junsoo going to school today? Yes, he is. Okay, I'm going. She left and Vaughn went upstairs to check on Junsoo. Junsoo was tying his shoelaces sitting on the nail when Vaughn stepped in, made and faced at him. Oh what? My Junsoo is growing up. He is doing his work all by himself. He raised his head with a cute shy and furrowed face, but when he saw Vaughn, his face brightened with a small funny smile. Yes, Mom. Let me do it for you. She bent down and tied his shoelaces, then asked, Why didn't you tell me? You don't know how to tie your laces, right? By his silence, she looked at his face from his shoes and raised her eyebrows at his sweeping, as if asking a question. Why the trouble for you, Mom? I thought you would be busy too. So you still see me as your stepmom? The way she asked in a low tone made Junsoo gulp for a second. Then he shook his head slowly and hugged her, making her calm, and not letting her heart get hurt by this. No, Mom, I was just worried about you. You know the house chores and our work too, so I thought I should learn to do it myself since I am already 7 years old. But still I don't feel well. It will make me happy to do things for you, okay? Don't think I'll be trouble. If you think I'll get hurt. Love you, Mom. Love you too. Come downstairs. You need to have breakfast quickly. Your boss will come on time too. She held his hand, taking him with her. Yes, Junsoo wasn't Vaughn's child. He was her son, who died in an accident. After her death, Jungkook has turned into a poor person that didn't listen to anyone about remarrying. He had decided to raise Junsoo alone. But his way had other plans. He married Vaughn for the sake of his child and because of his mom's sudden death. Because when he attended Vaughn's wedding as a guest, a chaotic incident happened. Her fiancé ran away from the wedding. Vaughn's parents asked Mrs. John for help to save their reputation, and Mrs. John made Jungkook change his mind and he agreed. And Vaughn was forced to agree to marry Jungkook. She was forced because she couldn't digest the decision of how her parents chose single dad as her husband. But after the marriage, she came to understand that being with Jungkook and his family made her realize that her parents choosing him was better than her fiancé who left her at the wedding. In the beginning, Jungkook and Vaughn were awkward with each other, but Vaughn slowly started falling for her husband because he never forced her to do anything. Jungkook also started falling for her as he saw how she was showing care towards his family and him. They both didn't know how to sense or show how they felt about each other, as it was a sudden arranged marriage and a bit of forced. It had been 6 months since they got married, and they both hadn't had any confrontations until now. It's delicious, Mom. Then say it to your wife. She cooked all of this for you. and got sad when you left without taking the lunchbox. One? He asked hesitantly. Yes, Jungkook. Call her and talk to her. She was expecting some love from you. You are acting the opposite. Don't be silent. She isn't like your late wife, right? Who didn't care for you and your son, even though you gave so much importance to him. I used to regret choosing Sam for you. But after Ryan came into your life, I'm finally getting the feeling that I made the right choice for you. I'm leaving. He nodded and she left. Jungkook stared at his phone with a blank face. I also feel like what Mom said. But when it comes to Ryan and he's acting like that, he made a phone call and Vaughn answered immediately, almost as if she was waiting for it. He went silent, surprised at how quickly she attended. Hello, Jungkook. Is this really you calling me? Yeah. What made you call me? Tell me. Actually, nothing. It was a mistake. I was trying to call my assistant, but I accidentally dialed you. Oh, okay. He hung up the call and put the phone aside. Damn it. Isn't it too rude to be good? You should have said the food was nice and tried to track the conversation. But what did you do? You made her upset. He sighed in disappointment, feeling how she must have felt disappointed. Jimmy clearing his throat. Looks like someone was trying really hard at something they have never done. Am I correct? Jungkook biting his lower lip and nodded upset. Jimmy shrugging his shoulders. It's okay to feel nervous, but if you want to get closer to her, you should open up and move freely, bro. He sits with crossed legs, flipping his hair. I feel like those are strange. Yes, they are cringe, until you have no other choice but this. Do you have any plans? I'm thinking of taking her and Junsoo on the trip this weekend. Great, did you tell me? No, I'll surprise her. Good. So Jungkook isn't that cool? He's already trying to find ways to be a good partner to his wife. Jungkook faked off. Enough. Did you prepare the presentations? He distracted Jimin with his sudden question. Ryan was talking on the phone with her friend while Junsoo was playing with a ball in the house, and Jungkook was on the terrace working on his laptop. Yes, Leah, he called me, but it was by mistake, he said. I don't understand how to respond. You are feeling happy and upset at the same time. Leave it, I was just feeling. She was talking when she heard the sound of something breaking. He wait, I'll call you later. She hung up the call and went upstairs. She was confused when she saw Junsoo frozen in his place, staring at her with a blank, nervous expression. Why are you looking at me like that? Nothing more. Did you finish your homework? Your dad will come downstairs. He's on the terrace. Is dad already home? His eyes widened. Of course. She shrugged her shoulders. I'm going to do my homework. She left hurriedly. One furrowed her eyebrows in confusion. He is behaving a bit strange today. By the way, where the breaking sound came, as she was stepping forward, she tripped her leg and fell. But falling, she held the nightstand and closing eyes. But when she opened her eyes, her heart skipped a bit when she saw the photo frame of his late wife was broken. She quickly got up in a fear to pick up the frame, but Jungkook had already entered the room after hearing the noise. She froze in her spot, suddenly having no time to hide the frame. His eyes widened in disbelief. He grabbed the broken photo of his late wife, clutching his teeth. He glanced at her with a death glare, which made her go, "Who did this?" When I was coming, I asked who did this. She cringed at his tone, which she had never shown to her until now. It's me, I think. He raised his hand to her without hesitation in his anger. She froze, shutting her eyes, expecting a strong pain, but she didn't feel it. She slowly opened her eyes and saw his hand, just inches away from her face. She looked at him in disbelief, tears forming in her eyes as she met his angry gaze, which was also filled with cold tears. He clutched his hand, shutting it down to control himself. You know how precious this to me. This is the only thing I had left for him now. How dare you purposely break it? Why? I didn't purposely break it. Enough of your trial. I'm not giving you enough attention, so you took revenge on me. This way, how cheaply you played with my emotions. Damn it. He was gripping the broken frame tightly, his palm bleeding as the dug into his soft skin. I had so much respect for you, but you? She kicked the furniture behind him screaming. She flushed at his door and his mom and son also came there. What happened? Look at you talking. She broke this photo and here it is lying too. Dad, Mom didn't break it. I was the one who broke it. What? I was playing with the ball, but I accidentally knocked Mom's frame off the table. When the ball hit it, I was scared because how important that was to you. So I put the frame back. I wanted to clean the pieces too. But Mom suddenly came in and asked me what I was doing. I felt I was about to how to explain. So I left when I found out you are also home. I'm sorry. It's my mistake, Dad, not Mom's mistake. That's when Vaughn realized. She didn't know how it was broken. When she opened her eyes afterward, the broken pieces were already on the floor, and the photo was shattered. She thought it might have happened because of her. Meanwhile, Jungkook's eyes widened in shock, and he felt guilty for his aggressive behavior toward her. He slowly shifted his gaze from his son to Vaughn, only to find that she was already looking at him with teary eyes, her face showing a seriousness that was hard to miss. Before he could say anything, she left, not caring to hear him. How could you even scold her, Jungkook? I lost control suddenly, Mom. Go to her. She's hurt now. He nodded and worried, walked out of there. He was shocked to see her packing her things. Why are you packing those? She didn't glance at him, but spoke while still packing. Can't you see? I'm getting ready to leave. He was stunned. She had never spoken to him this way before. And of course, he knew the reason behind her actions too. Vaughn, I'm sorry. Please try to understand my anger. So am I a saint? Who won't get angry after you screamed at me and hurt my feelings as much as you wanted? I didn't mean it, but please don't feel like this. He tried to touch the bag, but she raised it too. Damn it. Am I asleep here to listen? Can't I go anywhere? No, I respect your decisions. You can go, but I was just worried. She was leaving, and though he didn't stop her and spoke. I understand, but tell me, after your anger cools down, you won't stay there. You will come back here, won't you? She heard him but didn't respond. He slapped his forehead in her face and let out a regret face. I hurt her so much with my words. I never even knew she could have this much anger. But now I finally see it, after I showed my anger toward her. He noticed Junsoo approaching with the first aid kit, followed by Mrs. John coming in behind him. What? Dad, your hands are bleeding. Can I help treat them? Don't need anything. Just leave me alone. Jungkook, be patient. In 2 days, when she calms down, she will come back. Do you really think she will? Let's just wait for now. We shouldn't interfere when they are angry. Angry, they can control themselves enough to make decisions that will end things. Jungkook swallowed at the thought and nodded. It wasn't just 2 days. He waited few more days, but she still hadn't come back. Vaughn was lost in her thoughts when she heard her phone ringing. She picked up the call without checking the ID. Hello Vaughn, how are you? She furrowed her eyebrows and looked at the phone, realizing it was Jungkook. She was about to hang up the call to avoid talking to her. One, I'm sorry, please talk to me at least. I lost myself in anger, but I truly didn't mean to hurt you with my words. She got the car and remained silent. Are you still angry with him? She asked as she came in. Van looked away. Meanwhile, Jungkook's eyes glistened with tears. He sniffed and was about to call again, but he noticed someone approach him. He quickly wiped his tears and put on strict face. Jungkook, come downstairs. Let's have lunch. Hey Jungkook, I'm not feeling like eating. Did you call her again? Yes. By his expression, she understood that today too, Vaughn hadn't talked to him, even though he had been calling her time. She felt sad and left the room. In 2 minutes, she came with a plate of food and walked toward him, about to hand it to him. But, Mom, I told you, right? See, eat the food first. Even if you want to apologize to your wife daily like this, you need some energy, right? She scolded him and took a spoonful of food and feeding him once more. When he tasted, it reminded him of Farhan's homemade food. His eyes welled up again as he missed her. Jungkook, please don't be like this. I'm freaking missing her, Mom. Whatever you or did, everything reminds of me her. He got up wiping his tears and his mom couldn't stop him. One was standing on the terrace gripping the handrail and staring into the distance sadly, thinking about everything. She whispered to herself, it's been 1 month since I left home. I'm missing Junsoo. How is he? While she was missing them, she felt someone's presence, his eyes on her back. Before she could turn, she heard his voice, which made her stop, still facing away from him. One, he waited for her to look at him, but she still didn't turn around. He exhaled and spoke. Do you still feel angry with me? Please forgive me. I'm suffering so much. She didn't turn back. Please talk to me. I'm really missing your words, your presence so much. I can't breathe this. You are groaning. Please talk. She turned back with a serious face. What? If I do, you will just scold me and be ready to raise your hand at me, right? Isn't that what you want? No, Mom. Yes. She didn't even give him a chance to speak. She was making him stay silent, no matter what he tried to say. Then he exhaled in helpless and went to her, hugging her as if his life depended on her, making her face almost on the verge of tears. I completely understand how angry you still are with me. But why don't you see my side too? I burst out in anger, not on purpose. I'm sorry for scolding you and blaming you. I'm sorry for raising my hand at you. I'm sorry for hurting you with my efforts. Jungkook let go of me. No, not until you forgive me. He was still hugging her, digging his chin into the corner of her neck. How could I? You raised your hand at me. What if you had slapped me? I'm still apologizing for that. But why can't you say that I didn't even hurt you when I lost control? Do you still think I can slap you in the future? Even when I didn't hurt you? Please forgive me. I'm apologizing to you sincerely. I can't wait anymore for you to stay away from me. You are speaking as if you love me. He pulled away from the hug and looked at her with a serious glance which made her feel puzzled. Can't your heart feel that I have already fallen in love with you? If I don't love you, why do I care for you to come back to me? If I don't love you, why would I cry for your presence? If I don't love you, then why would I just beg you again and again? And why would I even come to your home to beg you? One tears well up in her eyes. I thought you had no feelings for me because you were always so cold with me. I messed up with my mannerism, but I have been trying to change it, but it's getting hard. Maybe that's why you couldn't sense my love, or maybe I was just really bad at showing it. I'm still trying to change my cold mind. I still can't process your words right now in disbelief. Give me a chance and I'll prove it to you. What if you can't prove it? She already believed it, but was trying to question him just to see how he would still try to his best to make her believe him. He suddenly wrapped his hand on her waist and pulled her toward him. She gasped, placing her hands on him while looking into his eyes. Just give me a chance and see why. But first, forgive your stupid husband. Please. Okay, that's my wife. Thank you. He picked her up in his arms and spinning her around. Jungkook, stop it. No, I won't. Even if I say I'll give you a kiss. He immediately stopped and looked at her with wide eyes while she was still in his arms. You aren't joking, me? She leaned in and pressed her lips into his. He pulled her into a deep kiss